This week in AI, mass layoffs, a rogue AI, and a Pentagon lawsuit no one saw coming. AI isn't just evolving anymore, it's taking over the headlines for all the wrong reasons. Today, we're breaking down the chaos in plain English. No tech degree required, just the facts you need to know. Welcome back to the AI Pivot. This week, we've got 3 stories that show just how fast things are moving. The third story is the most interesting. It has 3 juicy parts, so make sure you watch right till the end so you don't miss out. Let's get right into it. We've all hit reply all by mistake and felt that instant pit in our stomach. Meanwhile, inside Meta, things escalated quickly. But for one of the world's largest companies, a wrong click didn't just cause a little office gossip, it triggered a rogue AI sequence that changed everything. That's basically what happened at Meta this week. Meta is the company behind Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Here's what happened. A Meta employee was using an internal AI assistant, a smart helper tool built for staff, to get an answer to a technical question. But here's where it goes sideways. The AI didn't just answer the employee privately. It posted its response to an internal company forum, on its own, without anyone telling it to. No one hit send. The AI just did it. Then a second employee saw that post, followed the AI's advice, which turned out to be wrong. And that set off a chain reaction that briefly exposed private data to people who were never supposed to see it. Meta flagged this as a Sev 1 incident, their second highest level of emergency. Wondering why this matters to you? You might be thinking, okay, sounds like an internal IT problem. What does that have to do with me? Here's the bigger picture. AI tools are now woven into how companies operate every single day. They're answering customer service chats, processing insurance claims, managing appointments. And this story proves that these tools can act on their own, and sometimes do things nobody asked them to do. The question we all need to start asking isn't just, is this AI smart? It's who's in control of it. Our second big story of the week is about something a lot of people are nervous to say out loud. But I think we have to be honest about it. This week, 2 major companies made headlines for laying off huge numbers of workers, and both of them pointed directly at AI as the reason. First up, Oracle. You might not know the name, but they power a lot of the invisible software that businesses use every day. Oracle announced plans to cut somewhere between 20,000 and 30,000 employees. At the same time, they said they're redirecting $8 to $10 billion into AI infrastructure. Fewer people, more AI. Then there's Block, the company behind Square, the card reader you see at small businesses, and Cash App. Their CEO, Jack Dorsey, cut nearly 40% of the company's workforce, around 4,000 people. And he didn't sugarcoat it. He said those roles had been made redundant by AI tools. Let's put it in real terms. If you work somewhere with 10 colleagues, imagine 4 of them gone by the end of the month, because a piece of software now does their job. And what's notable about this week is that these companies aren't hiding it. They're not using corporate speak. They're saying, AI did this. What should you do? I'm not going to tell you the sky is falling, because new technology has always changed what jobs exist. The real question is whether we're moving fast enough to help people adapt. If you're watching this channel, you're already doing the right thing. You're paying attention, you're learning. The people who thrive in the next 5 years will be the ones who learn to work alongside AI, not the ones who pretend it isn't happening. And while we are here, remember to check out my other videos for AI insights and tools you can use in your daily life. Let's continue with our third big story of the week. A few weeks ago, we covered the story of OpenAI's controversial deal with the Pentagon and the massive backlash that followed. If you missed that one, check the link in the description. But here's the thing, this story has not slowed down. In fact, it's gotten even more dramatic. Let me catch you up on 3 major developments since then. Update 1, OpenAI rewrote the contract, but critics aren't convinced. After the public outcry, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman went back to the Pentagon and renegotiated the deal. The updated contract now explicitly bans the use of OpenAI's technology for domestic surveillance, including data purchased from data brokers like your location history or browsing data. It also says the NSA and other intelligence agencies cannot use OpenAI tools under this contract. A new agreement would be required for that. Sounds reassuring, right? Well, not everyone bought it. Legal experts pointed out that the contract language is still vague in places, and that the government has a long history of interpreting these kinds of agreements as broadly as possible. One former general counsel of the Army said publicly that he'd reluctantly concluded the key protections don't really exist, and that OpenAI was trying to fake it. The full contract has never been released to the public. Update 2. An OpenAI executive resigned over the deal. This one is significant. Caitlin Kalinowski, who led OpenAI's robotics and hardware division, resigned from the company, citing the Pentagon deal as the reason. She said that while she has deep respect for Sam Altman and the team, she could not stay at a company whose AI could be used for surveillance of Americans without judicial oversight, or to power lethal autonomous weapons. When senior people inside a company walk out the door over an ethics issue, that's worth paying attention to. Update 3. OpenAI just struck a massive new cloud deal on Anthropic's home turf. And here's the plot twist nobody expected. This week, OpenAI signed a new deal with Amazon Web Services, AWS, to sell its AI to U.S. government agencies through Amazon's cloud. That includes classified and top-secret environments. Why is that a plot twist? Because AWS is also Anthropic's main cloud provider. Amazon has invested over $4 billion in Anthropic, and now OpenAI is using that same infrastructure to compete directly with them in the very government contracts Anthropic lost. Meanwhile, Anthropic, which refused the Pentagon's original terms, has now been labeled a national security risk by the Department of Defense and filed a lawsuit to fight that designation. That case is still ongoing. So where does this leave us? We have one AI company that took the deal, rewrote it under pressure, and is now expanding into government cloud systems. And another AI company that stood on principle, got blacklisted, and is now suing the federal government. There's no clean hero or villain here. But the decisions being made right now, by these companies, by the Pentagon, by the courts, will shape how AI gets used by governments for decades. We'll keep tracking this story. It's not over. Let's wrap this up real quick. This week, AI didn't just make headlines, it raised real questions. A system going rogue, thousands of jobs cut, and governments quietly reshaping the rules behind the scenes. But here's the part most people are missing. This isn't slowing down, it's accelerating. What we're seeing right now is the early stage of a much bigger shift, one that's going to redefine how we work, how we make decisions, and how much control we actually have over technology. The big question is, are you paying attention yet? Because this isn't some distant future. It's happening right now, and it affects your job, your privacy, and the world you're stepping into. That's what the AI Pivot is about. No hype, no jargon, only what matters. If this helped you stay ahead, subscribe and share it with someone who needs to see this, because in this shift, you either adapt early or get left behind. I'll see you next week.